Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for standing by, and welcome to PDD Holdings, Inc. Fourth Quarter and Fiscal Year 2022 Earnings Conference Call. At this time, all participants are in a listen-only mode. There will be a presentation followed by a question-and-answer session, at which time, if you wish to ask a question, you will need to press star one on your telephone. I must advise that today's conference is being recorded. I would now like to hand the conference over to your host today, Mr. Chen Peng. Sir, please go ahead.
Thank you, operator. Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us today. My name is Chen, and I will help host the earnings call. PDD Holdings earnings release was distributed earlier and is available on our website at investor.pddholdings.com, as well as through GlobeNewswire services. Before we begin, I would like to refer you to our safe harbor statements in earnings press release, which applies to this call, as we will make certain forward-looking statements. Also, this call includes discussions of certain non-GAAP financial measures. Please refer to our earnings release, which contains a reconciliation of the non-GAAP measures to GAAP measures. Joining us today on the call are Chen Lei, our Chairman and Chief Executive Officer, and Liu Jun, our VP of Finance. Lei will make some general remarks on our performance for the past quarter and our strategic focus. Jun will then take us through our financial results for the fourth quarter and fiscal year ended December 31st, 2022. During the Q&A session, Lei will answer questions in Chinese, and I will help translate. Please kindly note that all translations provided are for reference purpose only. In case of any discrepancy between the original remarks and the translated version, statements in the original language should prevail. Now, it is my pleasure to introduce our Chairman and Chief Executive Officer, Chen Lei. Lei, please go ahead.
Hello, everyone. Thank you all for joining us on our earnings call for the fourth quarter and the fiscal year of 2022. Let me begin by summarizing our results for Q4 and the full year of 2022. Our total revenue for this quarter was RMB 39.8 billion, which is a 46% increase compared to the previous year. Our total revenue for the past year was RMB 130.6 billion, which represents a growth of 39% year-over-year. In 2022, we focused on strengthening our core capabilities. We invested over RMB 10 billion in research and development last year, which is the highest amount since our establishment. Our goal is to further improve our technological know-how and bring the benefit of digitalization to our users and ecosystem partners. We will continue to invest in R&D as a long-term commitment to better serve our users and society as a whole. During the past year, we are encouraged to see many of our young colleagues take on more responsibilities and step into bigger roles. These young talents are full of passion and creativity and have demonstrated their ability to take on new challenges, explore different possibilities, and execute our vision with patience and determination. We will continue to provide more personal development opportunities for them to grow as future leaders. As a young company still in the investment stage, we will remain agile and energetic as we move forward, and we are committed to adapting to trends in consumer preferences. My team and I are eager to keep exploring and identifying the right opportunities. When we find the right opportunities, we will invest and execute relentlessly to create value for consumers and the society. In Q4, we observed rising sentiment among our users. To support consumption recovery, we actively leveraged resources in the Pinduoduo platform. During the promotion season, we stepped up our investment to further improve consumer engagement and build their trust. For example, during the Double 11 period last quarter, we provided robust coupons and discounts in a simple and straightforward way, making shopping easier and more enjoyable for our consumers. We are also working hard to enlarge the diversity of products on our platform to address our consumers' diverse needs. With efforts of our platform as well as merchants, we saw decent performance across various categories during the promotion season. For example, categories such as mobile phones and cosmetics saw encouraging growth among users with different demographics. The order volume of many seasonal agricultural products more than doubled, which helped to boost consumer awareness of various local agricultural production regions. As the Chinese New Year happened earlier this year, we launched the Chinese New Year promotion in late December to meet consumer needs. We work closely with merchants all over the world who curate more product selections for consumers. And we are happy to see that our efforts have paid off, with many imported produce such as cherries from Chile and the salmon from Norway receiving very positive feedbacks. We are glad to contribute in supporting consumer confidence. As the consumption continues to recover and consumer sentiment continues to improve, everyone can see the potential and opportunities in this market. As the industry evolves, we notice a number of recent moves by our peers. I believe healthy competition is beneficial for the industry. But sometimes, when competition intensifies, some companies may take different actions. For us, we will always adhere to our Benfen beauty as a company. Focus on our own sustainable development. Embrace competition even when sometimes it involves unsustainable practices from peers. We always think about how to better serve our consumers. We are also fully aware that we still have a long way to go before we can fully meet consumers' evolving needs. We are committed to deepening our value proposition of more savings, more fun. In addition, we will continue to invest in supply chain to improve supply chain efficiency and satisfy consumers' increasing needs for quality products. In the manufacturing sector, for example, Pinduoduo can quickly gather consumer insights to help manufacturers make more informed decisions on project design and production. This enables the creation of products that better match consumer needs and passes on the savings to consumers. In the past year, we rolled out multiple initiatives to help manufacturers directly engage with end consumers. Take a manufacturer in the personal care sector as an example. It used our insights to identify opportunities for personalized quality products among the younger generation. As a result, the manufacturer developed personal care products with pleasant features and designs, which received excellent market feedbacks. This also helped the manufacturers to gradually establish its own brand. Over the past 7 years, we have helped incubate thousands of manufacturers' brands in this way. Our supply chain insights and technology can help manufacturers better position themselves. develop popular products in a rapid changing market, and reduce uncertainty in production. We are dedicated to build a platform that is accessible to all merchants and brands, regardless of size. In the agricultural sector, we continue to utilize our resources and technology to promote digital inclusion and generate a positive impact. We devote ourselves to facilitating the adoption of agri-tech solutions. Since 2020, Pinduoduo has hosted a flagship Smart Agriculture competition for 3 consecutive years, offering a stage for young agricultural researchers and growers to explore practical technology solutions that improve yield, shorten production cycle, and promote sustainability. We also have teams from previous competitions to commercialize their technical solutions on a large scale. By promoting agri-tech adoption, we hope to push forward agricultural modernization. Another key driving force is the training of new farmers. These young new farmers have returned to their hometown after years of experience in large cities. They are tech-savvy about the latest tools such as live streaming, and they are full of energy and drive. With the help of insights from our platform, they can develop good understanding of consumer needs and play an important role in their local communities. On average, one such new farmer can bring 5 to 10 other young people into e-commerce, creating around 50 local job opportunities directly or indirectly. In addition, our efforts in supply chain have generated a meaningful positive impact for the society. For example, last quarter, bad weather in winter caused a supply chain disruption, which prompted us to quickly assemble a dedicated team and launch a nationwide campaign with People's Daily. Through our Help the Farmer channel on Pinduoduo platform, we provided dedicated traffic support to help affected farmers to sell their unsold seasonal produce by reaching more end consumers in a short period of time. Our Duoduo grocery teams all across the country also played an important role as each team visited various agricultural production regions in their province, sourced unsold produce directly from farmers, and quickly matched it with local consumer demands to sell it. With our team's strong efforts, we were able to sell nearly 15,000 tons of agricultural produce nationwide during this campaign. And we are encouraged to see that our supply chain capabilities can create tangible value for the sector and the society. We are proud to receive the FAO 2022 Innovation Award from the United Nations Food and Agriculture Organization, which recognizes innovation that creates an impact in the agricultural supply chain. This award is a vote of confidence in our holistic and proactive approach to agriculture, and it motivates us to keep forging ahead so that more and more people can enjoy the benefits of digital inclusion and technology adoption in agriculture. Here, I would also like to provide an update on Temu, a new global online marketplace that we launched in September 2022. Temu and Pinduoduo are sister companies under the parent company PDD Holdings, which has built the sourcing, logistics, and fulfillment capabilities developed to support its various businesses. We strive to create our own unique value with Temu. So we always start from the fundamental consumer needs and explore how we can serve them well. Temu will stick to the values of empowerment, diversity and inclusion, integrity, as well as social responsibility. As we enter the new year, we remain committed to creating value for all stakeholders, and therefore we will remain patient and invest for the long term. Our goal is to further improve the services we provide to consumers and bring more businesses into a digital economy to increase opportunities for local communities and small businesses. Thank you for your continued support. And now, let me turn it over to Jun to update you on our financial performance.
Thank you, Lei. Hello, everyone. Now, let me walk you through our financial performance in the fourth quarter and fiscal year ended December 31st, 2022. In terms of income statement, our total revenues increased 46% year-over-year to RMB 39.8 billion in the fourth quarter, and 39% year-over-year to RMB 130.6 billion for the full year of 2022. This was mainly driven by an increase in revenues from online marketing services and transaction services. Revenues from online marketing services and others were 31 billion this quarter, up 38% compared to the same period of 2021. This was primarily due to an increase in merchant activities as a result of improvements in consumer sentiment. Our transaction services revenues this quarter were 8.8 billion, up 86% versus the same period of 2021. Moving on to cost and expenses. Our total cost of revenues increased 37% from RMB 6.5 billion in Q4 2021 to RMB 8.9 billion this quarter. For the full year, our total cost of revenues decreased 1% to RMB 31.5 billion. Total operating expenses this quarter were RMB 21.8 billion on a GAAP basis, versus RMB 13.8 billion in the same quarter of 2021. On a non-GAAP basis, our total operating expenses increased to RMB 19.3 billion this quarter, from RMB 12.3 billion in Q4 2021. During the past quarter, we devoted more resources to better address user needs, encourage their consumption confidence, as well as step up investments in our long-term focus areas, such as R&D and agriculture. As such, our total non-GAAP operating expenses as a percentage of total revenues have increased from 45% in Q4 2021 to 48% in this quarter. For the full year of 2022, total GAAP operating expenses were RMB 68.7 billion, up from RMB 55.3 billion last year. Looking into specific expense items, our non-GAAP sales and marketing expenses this quarter were RMB 17.3 billion, up 59% versus the same quarter of 2021. We offered various forms of promotions and subsidies and increased advertising spending in Q4 to support consumption recovery. On a non-GAAP basis, our sales and marketing expenses as a percentage of our revenues this quarter was 43%, compared with 40% for the same quarter in 2021. For the full year, non-GAAP sales and marketing expenses increased from RMB 43.2 billion in 2021 to RMB 52.2 billion in 2022. Our non-GAAP general and administrative expenses were 360.8 million in Q4 versus RMB 195.8 million in the same quarter of 2021. Our annual non-GAAP general and administrative expenses were RMB 1 billion in 2022 versus RMB 748.4 million last year. Our non-GAAP research and development expenses were RMB 1.7 billion in the fourth quarter, an increase of 34% from RMB 1.3 billion in the same quarter of 2021. The increase was primarily due to an increase in headcount and the recruitment of more experienced R&D personnel and server costs. As a technology-driven company, the value we create cannot be achieved without our R&D efforts. We need to further grow our R&D capabilities to understand the constantly evolving consumer demands and drive innovation to satisfy their needs more effectively. In addition, we continue to leverage our technology background to improve digital technology adoption sectors such as agriculture and manufacturing. Also, it is worth noting that for full year, our annual GAAP R&D expenses surpassed RMB 10 billion for the first time. We aim to continue to step up investment in this area to form a solid foundation for our long-term development. Operating profit for the quarter was RMB 9.1 billion on a GAAP basis and RMB 11.6 billion on a non-GAAP basis. Net income attributable to ordinary shareholders was RMB 9.5 billion for the quarter and RMB 31.5 billion for the full year. In the fourth quarter, base earnings per ADS was RMB 7.42 and diluted earnings per ADS was RMB 6.52 versus basic earnings per ADS of RMB 5.26 and diluted earnings per ADS of RMB 4.66 in the same quarter of 2021. Non-GAAP net income attributable to ordinary shareholders was RMB 12.1 billion for the quarter. In the fourth quarter, non-GAAP diluted earnings per ADS was RMB 8.34 versus RMB 5.88 in the same quarter of 2021. That completes the income statement. Now let me move on to cash flow. Our net cash flow generated from operating activities was RMB 26.6 billion for Q4 and RMB 48.5 billion for the full year of 2022, compared with RMB 16.4 billion in the same quarter of 2021 and RMB 28.8 billion in 2021, primarily due to the increase in net income and the changes in working capital. As of December 31st, 2022, the company had RMB 149.4 billion in cash equivalents, and short-term investments. Thank you. This concludes my prepared remarks.
Thank you, Jing. Next, we will move on to the Q&A session. For today's Q&A session, Lei and Jing will take questions from analysts on the line. We could take a maximum of 2 questions per analyst, and Lei will answer questions in Chinese, and I will help translate his remarks for easier reference. Operator, we may now take questions on the line.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will now begin the question and answer session. If you wish to ask a question, please press star 1 on your telephone and wait for your name to be announced. If you wish to cancel your request, please press star 2. Participants are requested to restrict 2 questions at each time. Your first question comes from Joyce Ju with Bank of America. Please ask your question.
Thanks, management, for taking my questions. I have two questions. The first one is, as now Pinduoduo developed into an e-commerce conglomerate with multiple business initiatives globally, how could management actually prioritize different business lines, and can management share more about your latest strategies going forward? Have you shifted your strategy after you have expanded your business lines globally, and how do you position yourself in the global markets? And my second question is actually related to the revenue. Your online marketing service revenue grew 38% year-over-year last quarter, ahead of the industry growth and peers. But at the same time, we have seen this represent a deceleration from the third quarter. How should we understand the growth, and how should we actually expand the momentum going forward? 我来翻译一下我自己的问题。我的第一个问题是，我们现在看到多多逐渐发展成一个跨国的多业务线的集团公司，能不能麻烦管理层和我们分享一下公司现在最新的发展战略？在业务线扩展以后，我们的发展重点有没有改变？我们的战略规划是什么样的？公司怎么定位多多在国际市场上的位置？我的第二个问题是有关于我们的这个季度的收入的。我们看到这个季度的线上营销收入同比增长了 38%，相比行业和同业的增速呢还是很亮眼的，但是和我们之前的第三季度相比，减速也有一点明显。能不能请管理层跟我们分享一下原因，还有帮助我们展望一下23年我们这块收入和业务的发展速度和空间？非常感谢。
Joyce 你好，那么首先我来回答一下，就是有关这个公司发展战略这个问题。
Hello Joyce, and thank you for your questions, and I can take your question on strategies first.
那么首先呢，我觉得我们的公司呢仍然处于自身的一个成长期，还没有达到这个稳定期。那么在服务好消费者的这个方向上呢，我们仍然有很长的路要走。那么为了更好的服务消费者呢，我们会坚定的执行我们的战略。那我们的战略呢，就是通过研发和技术来创造长期的价值。
First of all, we are still in our development stage instead of a stabilized phase. And we still have a long way to go in terms of serving consumers well. And to better serve consumers, we will firmly stick to our strategy, which is to create long-term value through R&D and technology.
那我们呢，拼多多呢是一家以技术为核心的公司。那么超过半数的员工呢都是工程师，那么很多核心的管理层呢也是技术出身的。那么呢，从为用户为消费者创造价值的角度来说，那么高效的去理解快速变化的用户使用偏好，快速的迭代服务，那么这些呢都离不开强大的研发能力。所以我们坚信呢，未来服务好用户的关键呢是继续加强我们自己的研发能力。
We are a technology-driven company, and more than half of our employees are engineers. Also, many of our core management team members are also from a technical background. So, from the perspective of creating more value for users, many areas such as understanding the rapidly changing user preferences and continuously iterating our services, all these areas are inseparably linked to our R&D capabilities. And we firmly believe that the key to serving our users well in the future is to further strengthen our R&D capabilities.
那么与此同时呢，我们也会继续的专注用技术呢来支持农业和制造业。那么在农业方面呢， 会继续的通过我们的技术背景，那么对整个农业产业链中不同的环节都进行投入，带动更多的农产品上行。同时呢，发挥拼多多的整个的平台优势，能让更多的农业研究的成果更快的走向市场。那么在制造业领域呢，我们希望能通过自己的投入帮助更多的制造工厂实现数字化升级，从而提升他们的效率。
At the same time, we will continue to focus on supporting the agriculture and the manufacturing industries through technology. For agriculture, we will continue to invest in the various links along the agriculture value chain with our technical expertise so that we can facilitate the efficient distribution of agricultural produce. And we will also leverage our resources on the Pinduoduo platform to bring more agri-tech solutions to the market faster. As for the manufacturing sector, we will devote more resources and help many more manufacturers as well as factories to go through digital transformation and improve their efficiency.
那么加强科技能力，提升农业和制造业的供应链效率，这是我们明确的长期战略。那么在这个方向上，我们的投入力度呢是不会受到短期的外界因素波动的影响，我们会做出呢持之以恒的投入。
And we have a very clear long-term strategy to strengthen our R&D capabilities and to improve the efficiency of the agricultural and manufacturing supply chains. Our strategic direction as well as the investment level will not be affected by short-term external trends or fluctuations. And we will continue to make a long-term and patient investment.
那么有关你的第二个就是我们的增长的一个问题那么在过去的一个季度里面呢，我们看到了这个消费市场的韧性和活力。那我们对整体消费市场的前景是充满信心的。在包括双11年货节的活动中呢，我们与更多的商户和品牌合作，那么让消费者有了更多的高品质的商品选择。那我们也看到很多消费者呢展现出了不错的购物需求。
And as for your second question regarding our revenue growth, well, throughout the past quarter, we saw a strong resilience and also vigor in the consumption market. And we are confident toward the prospects of this market. During events such as the Double 11 and the Chinese New Year promotions, we collaborated with more merchants and also brands and provided consumers with a broader selection of high-quality products. And many consumers showed a good shopping demand at the same time.
那么目前呢，在整体消费复苏的大背景下呢，我们也加大了资源投入，那么更好的满足消费者的需求。那么在4季度中呢，拼多多发挥了这个服务用户基础需求的这样一个特长。那平台上呢，生活类的商品的销量呢一直在稳定的增长。那么另外呢，随着消费者对品质的好货这样的需求的日益增加，那平台上诸如像手机美妆母婴的品类呢，我们都看到了很不错的销量增长。
And under the backdrop of consumption recovery, we have also devoted more resources to better fulfill consumer demand. In the fourth quarter, the Pinduoduo platform leveraged its focus on serving the fundamental needs of users, and sales volume of daily essential products on the platform showed steady growth. Furthermore, as consumer demand toward high quality merchandise is growing, categories including mobile phones, beauty cosmetics, and maternal and baby care products all had decent growth.
与此同时呢，应该看到是说，现在行业内的竞争呢是非常激烈的。那么作为消费者呢，有不同的平台和购物的形式可以供选择。那么我们自身呢还有很多需要提升的地方。那么因此呢，我们的团队会不断的努力，加大投入，那么继续发展自身的核心能力。那么坚持呢，向消费者提供的这种多实惠、多乐趣这样的购物体验。谢谢。
At the same time, we are fully aware that the competition in the market is intense, and consumers have many different e-commerce platforms and shopping formats to choose from. We still have a lot to further improve. So as a result, our team must continue to work hard, and we plan to step up investment, strengthen our core competencies, and continue to provide consumers with more savings, more fun shopping experience. Thank you. Hi, operator. We can take next question on the line.
Thank you. Your next question comes from Kenneth Fong with Credit Suisse. Please ask your question.
Hi, thank you management for taking my question. I have two questions. First is, could management comment on the latest competitive landscape? Specifically, we saw a number of your peers stress the importance of low price. Do you have any plan or program in response? How do you position yourself to achieve quality growth in such an environment? And my second question is about sales and marketing, which we saw an acceleration in sales and marketing expenses of 56% year over year to around 18 billion in the fourth quarter. So what investment opportunities did you see? As consumer sentiment improve, are you becoming more aggressive in terms of investment, or does it just reflect a temporary seasonal hike? 谢谢管理层接受我的提问，我积极翻译一下，有两个问题。第一个是关于这个竞争的环境，我们看到我们竞队也加大补贴，也用这个低价来争取这个市场，我们会怎么应对呢？在这个竞争的环境以下，我们怎么能继续维持高质量的增长？然后第二个问题是关于这个市场营销开支的，我们看到在第四季度这个sales and marketing 增长了56%，达到180个亿。我想请问一下，就是是否管理层看到有一些比较好的营销的机会，尤其是在现在消费者的信心慢慢恢复的时候，未来几个季度营销开支是不是会继续提升呢？还是第四季度只是一个季节性的因素，我们不应该太过去 care 了？好，谢谢。
Kenneth 你好啊，那我首先回答一下有关行业竞争的问题。那么中国呢，应该说电商呢是一个很大的非常具有活力的市场。那么尤其是随着现在整体的放开呢，那么市场呢持续的展现出强大的活力。那么相信大家其实都看到了，目前的行业中呢充满机会。那么因此我们看到各家电商平台选择加大投入，我们看到越发激烈的竞争。那对我来讲呢，我觉得这是一种自然的趋势。
Hi, Kenneth. I will first share my views on your question on competition. The e-commerce market in China is huge, and it is full of energy. Also, with the optimization in pandemic control measures, it continues to show strong resilience. And I believe it is easy for everybody to see the opportunities in this market. Therefore, I think it is natural and also logical for e-commerce peers to choose to raise spending, which makes competition more intense as a result.
那我们也关注到了近期的一些行业动态。那我们认为呢，每一个公司在竞争中会制定出不同的战略。那正如我刚才在讲话中提到的，那我们相信呢，良性的竞争对于消费者来讲，对于整个行业来讲都是有利的。但是呢，有的时候呢，随着竞争的激烈呢，也会出现不同程度的异化。那我们将始终保持本分的精神，立足自身的发展，那么勇敢的呢去面对这样的竞争，甚至在某些时候的异化。
Also, we have noticed the recent moves in the industry, and we saw that different companies may form different strategies in face of competition. And as I have mentioned in my remarks, we believe that healthy competition is beneficial to consumers and the entire industry. But when competition intensifies, sometimes peers' reaction could go in a different direction. And we will always keep our duty in mind, focus on our own healthy development, and embrace industry competition, even when sometimes it involves unsustainable practices from peers.
那么对于我们自身来说呢，我们相信服务好消费者是创造长期价值的关键所在。那我们会继续的坚持为消费者呢提供多实惠多乐趣的购物体验。那么因此呢，我们的团队呢也在从自身的定位出发，去探索如何给消费者带来更多的价值。那么我们将延续自己重研发的方向，更高效的去理解消费者新的需求和偏好，那么提升他们的购物体验，从而增强消费者的信任。
For us, we believe that serving consumers better is the key to creating long-term value, and we will continue to provide consumers with a more savings, more fun shopping experience. Therefore, we start from our own unique value propositions, and our team and I are exploring how to provide more value to consumers. And toward this end, we will continue to focus on R&D so that we can better understand the new needs and preferences of consumers, improve their shopping experience, and in this way, we can increase consumer satisfaction.
那么我们也充分的意识到呢，我们仍然有很多需要提升的地方。那么因此呢，会进一步的加大投入。那么尤其是在农业和制造业领域，那么通过提升供应链效率，那么从而为呢消费者创造更多的价值，进一步优化这种多实惠、多乐趣的需求。那么以上是我对行业竞争的看法。那么有关这个营销费用的呢，可以请君来回答一下，谢谢。
At the same time, we are fully aware that we still have a lot to improve. So as a result, we will further step up investments, especially in the areas of agriculture and manufacturing sectors, as well as improve supply chain efficiency so that we can create more values for consumers and deepen our more savings, more fun propositions. So this is my view on industry competition. As for your question on sales and marketing expenses, I will leave it to June to answer your question. Thank you.
Hi, Kenneth. This is June. Let me take the question on sales and marketing expenses. Well, during the fourth quarter, we saw consumption recovery trends continue. And given this background, we offered various types of promotions and subsidies to support consumption, as I just mentioned in my remarks. And these offers are reflected in the financial number, and you can see that our sales and marketing expenses in Q4 increased. And actually, we always carefully evaluate the ROI for every investment for all of our projects. We hope to allocate resources to places that can generate long-term, high-quality development. When we see good opportunities that can create value, we invest firmly. Thank you.
Hi, operator. We can go to the next analyst on the line.
Thank you. Your next question comes from Ellie Jiang with Macquarie. Please ask your question.
Thank you, management, for taking my questions. I have two regarding our overseas product, Temu. We saw that you're now introducing Temu to Canada and Australia. Also, we saw exciting commercials being put out on Super Bowl. Can management share with us some latest developments and operational updates? How would Temu differentiate from the more well-established players in the current market? The second question is on the relative impact on the fourth quarter financials. How did Temu's revenue being booked? Any operating metrics that management could share regarding the estimated loss levels, order size, or unit economics? Do we have any GMV or growth target for Temu going forward? Thank you.
Hi, Ali. Could you also translate?
艾薇你好啊，那我先回答一下，就是有关这个全球化业务在于就是战略方面发展方向上的问题吧。那么在 Temu 这个业务上呢，我们是希望能够创造出自己独特的价值。那么例如呢，通过我们在供应链上积累的多年经验，那么为消费者呢提供价格实惠的精选商品。那么并且呢，通过不断的迭代功能来提升消费者的购物体验。
Hi, Ali. So let me take your question on our global business. So for this initiative, we aspire to create our own unique value. For example, using our supply chain know-how that we have accumulated over the years, we can offer our consumers a curated selection of quality goods at attractive prices. And also, through evolving our product features, we hope to improve consumers' shopping experience.
那我们呢是去年9月份推出 Temu 这个业务的。到现在呢，过去了半年左右。那么目前呢，这项业务仍然处于早期的阶段。那么相较于去关注竞争对手，那其实呢，我们会更加的重视自身的发展和迭代。那么会看到呢，全球呢不同地区的市场呢存在着许多不同之处。那我们呢有很多经验也需要积累，那么很多挑战呢需要克服。 那我们会保持耐心不断地提高自身能力创造长期的价值。
Since we launched this platform in September of last year, it has only been about half a year. And instead of focusing too much on competitors right now, we actually pay more attention to our own development and product iteration. We see that different markets in different regions, they have many differences, and we still have a lot to learn and a lot to improve. So we will remain patient, iterate constantly, and strive to create long-term value.
那么在这里呢，我也很感谢那些在早期阶段就选择了我们的消费者以及我们的商家。那他们的支持呢，给我们做好这项业务的动力。他们呢，也为我们不断的提升服务水平提供了非常多有价值的建议。那有关 Team 业务在财务方面的一些事情呢，可以请君介绍一下。
And in addition, we also appreciate the support coming from consumers and merchants who have chosen our platform at this early stage of its development. Their support motivates us to do this business well, and they have also given us many valuable advices to improve our services. As for the second part of the question on the financial booking, revenue booking, and financial impact of our Temu business, I will hand it over to Jing to further discuss.
Okay. Allow me to address the questions on revenue booking and financial impact of our global business. Well, Temu, it just started out roughly half a year ago, and given its early stage nature, and the financial impact from this business in Q4 is relatively small. And in terms of revenue booking, this business recorded as a 3P model. We are entering new markets, so we need to understand customer demand better and experiment how to meet their demand effectively. We are not driven by financial metrics. Instead, the most essential thing for us right now is to build our own unique value over the long run. Over time, financial metrics are just a reflection of the value we can generate. And in terms of future investment and financial impact, as always, we will continue to carefully evaluate different opportunities, stick to our investment discipline, and keep up with our high ROI standard. Thank you.
Okay. Hi, operator. I think we still have time to take two questions from one more analyst.
Thank you. Your next question comes from Yang Bai with CICC. Please ask your question.
Hi, thank you for taking my question. My first question, can management share with us some updates on your total grocery business? We understand that online grocery business is slowing down, and are you still expanding this business, or do you focus more on efficiency and cost control right now? And my second question is about the profitability. We noticed that your profitability margin decreased from the last two quarters. Given Q4 is usually a strong quarter in terms of the profits, does that mean that you have shifted focus more to growth, and what opportunities are you spending extra? 我来翻译一下。我第一个问题想问一下多多买菜的近况。那么我们最近其实也注意到 行业的增速是有所放缓的我们应该如何理解未来多多买菜的一个策略是依然继续把扩张放在相对首要的位置，还是会更注重一个降本增效的这样的一个状态？那第二个问题呢是有关利润率那其实我们注意到4季度呢多多的利润率较前2个季度呢出现了一定的下滑，而且考虑到4季度本身也应该是电商的这样的一个旺季，那么这是否意味着公司目前呢将关注更多的转向了增长的这个方向以及我们看到了一些什么样的这种投入机会谢谢。
白杨你好，那首先我来说一下多多买菜。那其实我们拼多多呢是从农产品起家的，那么农业呢是我们的长期战略之一。那么通过多多买菜这项业务的，我们用技术来提升农产品的流通效率，那么高效的去匹配本地的供给和需求。那么多多买菜呢，在我们发挥农业特色，那么创造独特价值的这个整个过程中呢，发挥着重要的作用。
Hi, Bayang. So let me take your question on our Duoduo grocery business. Pinduoduo started by selling agricultural produce, and agriculture is one of our key long-term strategies. Through our Duoduo grocery business, we leverage technology to improve agricultural distribution efficiency and match local supply and demand effectively. This business plays a very critical role of leveraging our unique positioning in agriculture and creating our own unique value.
那么在多多买菜这项业务中呢，我们看到了，那么通过供应链提效，那么在农产品的多样化选择、履约效率、那么用户体验等方面呢，所带来的巨大的价值。同时呢，我们的多多买菜的业务呢，也创造出了很多的社会价值。
And in our Duoduo grocery business, we have seen the value that we can generate by improving supply chain efficiency in areas such as offering more choices of local produce, increasing fulfillment efficiency, and improving user experience. At the same time, the Duoduo grocery business also creates positive social values.
那这里举个例子，那么在过去的4季度呢，多多买菜推出的暖冬行动，那么帮助这种应季代销的农产品，那么直连消费者，那其实是我们买菜的各省区团队，那么深入到农产区，田间地头去采购农产品，高效的将本地的农产品呢匹配给本地消费者。
Let me give you a recent example here. That in the fourth quarter, we launched a dedicated campaign to help sell through seasonal unsold agricultural products to consumers directly. And the local teams of Duoduo Grocery went upstream into the agricultural production regions to source agricultural produce directly and match these products efficiently with local demand.
那么在农业投入中呢，我们仍然处于早期的阶段，那么看到了很多可以继续通过技术来提升的方向。那么多多买菜呢，目前所提供的服务，其实还有非常多可以进一步优化的地方。那么因此呢，我们会进行长期的投入，那么去创造更多的消费者价值。谢谢。
We are still in the early stage in our agriculture investments. And we see a lot of areas that can be further improved with technology. So for Duoduo Grocery, we are still far away from the best level of services, and there are still a lot to improve. As a result, we will remain down to earth and continue to make long-term investments in order to further create values for consumers. Thank you.
This is Jane. Let me take your question on the profitability. And we are in our development stage. We still see many areas to improve and create more value for users. We will continue to step up investment in key areas to strengthen our R&D capabilities, support agriculture and manufacturing through technology, and improve our service offerings to users. And profitability is not our current priority. With that said, we always practice financial prudence. For every investment, we carefully evaluate the ROI and ask ourselves if it can create long-term, high-quality development for us. When we seek good opportunities, we will invest firmly. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, everybody, for joining us on the conference call today. That concludes the call, and have a great day.
Ladies and gentlemen, that does conclude our conference for today. Thank you all for participating. You may now disconnect.